Hello and welcome back to Crypto Line. It's another incredible day for Dogecoin. What's been described as the people's Bitcoin made significant gains yesterday. This is absolutely crazy, but in a good way. The price of Dogecoin has risen such that it might reasonably top the $35 billion mark. The cost of Dogecoin hopped over 30 cents as of Friday to a record high, as per the advanced cash trade from Coinbase. That is more than twofold its worth Wednesday, when Dogecoin hit 13 cents. Late Friday, it mostly traded around 34 cents in the wake of coming to as high as 45 cents. This is pretty good news, as the currency was merely a joke and still is to some. But it would be a mistake not to see and seize such a great opportunity and be part of the fun, hype, or what can credibly be called an opportunity to invest and diversify. The cryptocurrency market is very fun, but it's equally expensive to get into. So let me put this into perspective for you. Every cryptocurrency has gone from a low point to an unprecedented high. If you look at Bitcoin a few years after it first launched, it was trading at around $150 in October of 2013. This was not bad for a new currency that had little market traction, but it's equally important to note that the start price was so high because word had begun circulating around tech circles that there is a cool cryptocurrency that's about to hit the streets. So people were ready to pay more, obviously, and this caused the currency to surge in no time. By the time we got to November 2013, Bitcoin was already trading at around $1,200. This is a phenomenal rise, and it can obviously be seen across different cryptocurrencies, but to a different extent. The difference is that the market for new coins obviously became crowded, and when governments started cautioning against them, people grew increasingly uncomfortable. Well, that's normal, but the question they ask is how can they use a currency if only a few people have access to its full benefits? With this in mind, you're probably asking yourself if other cryptocurrencies can follow a similar trend in a saturated market. Well, Dogecoin is the new Bitcoin. Perhaps it's a little too soon to say that, however, in the next few months, Dogecoin may rise as the crypto of 2021. It's as of now seeing a huge flood since the beginning of the year. Dogecoin has given almost 1,900% returns since January 2021. Can you imagine what that means if you invested maybe $100 or 100 euros into it? Yeah, I'll let you do the math, but you'll be swimming in about 2,000 just about now. So the gains might be pretty small, but it's definitely not bad if you're looking to diversify your investments, looking to have a bit of fun in the crypto market, or just simply get in on the fun. The coin started out at much less than a penny. Today, it's worth over 30 cents. That's unbelievable for a crypto that began as a joke. All this can be described as exponential gains if you're interested in econ speak, but the phenomenal gains are morphing into a trend. The value of the currency has risen despite continuous issuance from its makers. Think of the issuers as a bunch of central bankers sitting in a room, but instead of this being a bunch of old men and women, it's a bunch of techies having fun. It's important to add that Dogecoin's estimated worth presently sits at almost $35 billion. So where next for Dogecoin? You're probably sitting there thinking, well, this is not such a bad idea, or perhaps you're looking for Bitcoin-type gains. But let's take a minute to analyze how Doge has performed recently. Doge has actually rallied over 400% in the previous week and soared by over 5,000% since the beginning of the year. The reason for this is that as more and more people get interested in the currency, it experiences small price moves that ultimately culminate in huge gains for people that have taken the plunge and actually given the currency a try. So let's take a look at a chart of Doge to see what's going on. If you look at the chart that goes until January 2021, you'll notice two things that immediately pop up. First, the price of Doge actually rose by 300% in 3 days in January. However, before this happened, a number of news outlets were talking about the cryptomania, and several cryptos were equally outperforming. Remember that the pandemic was already here in full force, and lockdowns had everyone worried about the vaccine, so no one was really paying attention to cryptos. The thing with Doge is, it's never anyone's first choice. But if you're looking for steady gains, then you've made the right bet here. You can see that before January 20th, 2021, Doge was actually trading fairly steadily, but it was equally rising gradually. Now, I'd want to believe that the fact that people were stuck at home didn't make them all crypto traders, but let's assume that people got bored and invested in cryptos. The reason Doge continued to maintain its upward momentum is that people are genuinely interested in it. It breached its key resistance level over 5 times, and even though it later retraced back to its support, the currency continued to perform pretty well. For those of us who are not traders, the support level is the lower level where a currency or asset class is expected to settle after a rally. Even as the currency eased back after making phenomenal gains, it nonetheless suggests that returns have remained steady. So greater demand and the fact that people are beginning to look for alternatives to cash equally drove demand. But all this happens in good fun, right guys? If you look at the way cryptos and Doge specifically have traded, you can conclude that one might as well get in on the fun. So there's clearly scope for Dogecoin to reach $5, even if it continues to be issued by its makers. The reason is simple. It's an affordable currency that everyone likes to hold, and it's accessible. Also, it's important to look at developments in the broader crypto markets after Doge launched to see what's going on. The market has generally been trading up, but market valuation shot up at the end of 2017. The global economy was doing fine. People were actually at work, unlike now, and their currencies were rising. The boom phase was predominantly consumer-led, and crypto saw the value of their currencies surge. By 2013, Bitcoin was also trading at $1,000 or more. This caused the overall valuation to rise significantly. So notice that we've been backward looking with this analysis, and the reason is simple. There are over 100 factors that can drive the value of Doge in the short run. However, if you take a step back and actually look at what's going on, you'll see that Doge is actually doing pretty well. There are massive returns that have not yet been realized in Doge, but for now it's a safe and reliable crypto that doesn't suffer from wild swings like Bitcoin. It's also important to note that the price of Doge will be driven in part by broader market trends across crypto markets. What's there not to love about a cute puppy? Doge is definitely going places, and $5 is not out of reach, as accessible cryptos will most likely be used in the future. Very few people will accept expensive cryptos for transactions, while Doge will be adopted ubiquitously. For now, $5 does not seem impossible, and there are sufficient supportive factors for that to occur in the coming months or years. Keep an eye out for Doge, because you'll definitely be hearing more about it. In the meantime, the price trends and recent outcomes for Doge already suggest that the currency will continue to do well, and that more and more people will continue to buy into the currency over time. Doge is pretty special, guys. It has those elements that other cryptos can only dream of. It's super affordable, and a great deal of people are getting into the currency. So there are strong arguments for considering Doge, as it'll make more gains in the coming months and years. And yes, $5 is not an unreachable target. Let's look at twin fundamental drivers of digital currencies. The number of people who own digital currencies is on the rise. I took a look at some statistics and I found out some pretty incredible stuff. One report by CH&Co estimates that there are between 51.2 and 52.4 million cryptocurrency traders worldwide. Out of these, there is the breakdown by country. North America, 15.3 million. This is pretty incredible, as a majority of new investors are not able to afford the pricey Bitcoin. I mean, very few people will invest their pensions in Bitcoin, but there is almost certainly a strong case for investing in Dogecoin. Also, it's pretty instructive to look at this chart. It shows how the behavior of people to the majority of old people are not thrilled at the idea of cryptocurrencies. However, the opinion is generally favorable, which equally suggests further upside for Dogecoin in the coming months. As consumer preferences change, the likelihood for Doge to rise is obviously favorable. So there's definitely upside for Doge, hence why we think it could get to $5 in no time. We hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please leave it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comment box below. And while you're here, check out some of our previous videos as well. Good luck and happy investing.